Hello, welcome back to Lingua Memes. Today we're going to be doing some Spanish. Who have we got with us today on Skype?
Hola. From all the way 20 miles down the road, it's Todd. And I'm feeling more and more confident about Spanish each time we look at it.
Okay, well, I'm here to knock that confidence.
If you want your confidence knocked at home, come along, play along, go to linguamemes.com.
Bit old school in the teaching. I like knock the confidence out of them.
Yeah, you've got to break someone down before you build them up. I don't think that's what they call a strength-based approach.
That's genuinely that's how teaching used to be.
I know. Well, yes, certainly. I've heard the tales.
So, what we can see in front of us is an English sentence that we're supposed to be typing a translation of this sentence into Spanish.
What we're seeing in front of us is a game that no one else is playing because we haven't given them the code. They want to get themselves to linguamemes.com and enter the game code F1DO in all in lowercase. Looks a bit like Fido. Quite easy to remember if you're a dog person.
That's the one. Yeah, so you can do that absolutely free. You can play it on your PC, your Mac, your Android devices, your iPhone devices, iPad, anything like that. You can play this for free. It gets sent to your email inbox and just click on the link, it'll go straight to it. And there you go.
Simple. So you're expected to type this in Spanish.
Yeah. But we can't do that without knowing what it is, and therefore we have this button called peek. So if I press
Some
my
lucky
peek,
people out there.
my peek button will give us this. So I recognise a few words here.
Yeah.
Some of them are very similar to the English. The word for office is very similar. Tourism looks very similar.
It all makes sense, doesn't it? Which I think is a good sign when you're learning a language. When even when you don't necessarily know the literal meaning, you think, I understand. I get it, though. I get it.
And we can get our friend in the land of Google, our cyber friend, who we've nicknamed. What's her name again?
For Spanish purposes, she's Tia Google.
Auntie Google.
Yeah.
Which in a funny old way, that word itself, you've got a bit of that in auntie, haven't you? You've got Tia in auntie.
It's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Auntie Google, show us how to say this. Okay. It's taking a bit longer than normal, but anyway, here it is. So I'm just going to press listen now.
La oficina de turismo está enfrente del ayuntamiento.
And if I press it again, she'll read it slowly.
La oficina de turismo está enfrente del ayuntamiento.
Ayuntamiento.
Enfrente del... I'll leave the last word for you to say.
Ayuntamiento.
Ayuntamiento. Okay, so I'll go back to the game.
Now, am I blowing smoke here, or does el frente not sound? Enfrente sounds like in front.
It does actually.
That's what it says to me. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's a nice simple one to learn, maybe.
Yeah. Good little meme that you've come up with there. So the name of the game, as Brucey would have said, that's Bruce Lee, of course.
Yeah.
Is to remember this as best you can before clicking back to game, because then you're going to have to try and type it in. Right. So, have you committed that to your visual memory, Todd?
Yeah.
Memory committed.
It's saved.
All right.
I got it.
So, that was.
I mean, the sentence structure is very similar to English. So, word for word, it's relatively simple. La oficina de turismo, of tourism.
Yeah.
Is with esta. But it's a special A, isn't it? We've got to look down the bottom for the special character.
Okay, so which number is that on the keyboard? Is that number 4?
I believe it was 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
well done. Esta.
And then my favourite word, enfrente.
Enfrente. Yeah.
Del, wasn't it? Yeah. Ayuntamiento.
Oh.
Still remember it. Don't even ask me about the etymology of that, though. I haven't a blues clue where ayuntamiento comes from, but if you do, leave me a comment.
Oh, that was a good start. I thought we were going to get horribly unstuck on that one.
Nah,
Okay. Ayuntamiento. Alright, go on to the next one then.
Have a little faith. Come on. Alright, we've got a situation here, folks. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in the amount of times I've been in this situation in my life.
It happens so often. They go out playing rugby and I clean the house.
I know.
It's unfair.
It is. I don't know how people would play rugby outside of my house, to be honest, because it's a little courtyard. Not really enough room, and you'd be interrupting the business. There's a business back end there, and it'd be very disruptive.
Well, I've clicked on the peak now.
I see that. Yes, he's rushing ahead. I haven't even had time to process it. Ellos.
I'm going to click on the audio.
Okay. I struggle to read Spanish at the moment, but I think we're getting there.
Ellos juegan al rugby y yo limpio la casa.
I'll do it slowly.
Ellos juegan al rugby y yo limpio la casa.
Okay, I think we've sort of got that. They... It's got an S on the end, so that's quite helpful, isn't it? So it's sort of...
Plural.
Plural.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good.
Ellos juegan.
I always remember juegan because I know juego is game.
So that's play, but it's 3PP?
Yes, for when they are doing it. Third person.
Third person plural.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the juegan is going to change, this word is going to change its spelling according to how many people are playing, whether it's singular.
That's conjugation, folks.
Yeah. Rugby's nice and easy, it's the same.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Named after someone who cheated at football, basically.
John Rugby. Was it? I don't even know. I was going to make something up like I usually do on this show.
William Webb Ellis.
Really?
Picked up the ball.
Yeah.
And ran with it.
Is this what they call apocryphal, or is this actual history?
It's about as accurate as the apple falling on Sir Isaac Newton.
And Fig Newton. Okay, right. Okay.
So it's, but basically, it was a kid who cheated.
Yeah.
You know, pick up the ball, run.
They thought this works, right? And then America thought, let's put some money in it, and then you actually get a massive sport rather than, well, sorry, rugby. I mean, it's rugby season. Oh no, you don't want me to date the podcast. Never mind. No. Sorry, I'm not talking about rugby season. I'm just not.
Casa is a fairly well-known word in Spanish, and I think I try and think of a castle, really.
I just remember mi casa es su casa. Don't know why, but I can always remember that.
Limpio, clean. That's a slightly kind of odd one for us to think about.
We dealt with this one. I remember this one from last time because there is an English word, limpid. It's a very strange old word that means clear or bright.
Okay.
Yeah, get your head around that one. So I mean, if you can remember that weird word, then that helps.
Have you got this in your memory banks? Short-term memory banks?
I think this is tougher than the last one, but we'll give it a crack.
Okay. Ellos
juegan. Now it was al rugby. Y yo and I limpio. That was it. La casa.
Nice one.
Yeah. You can't really get lingua memes wrong, folks. You just keep trying till you get it right.
Yeah, that's one of the features of lingua memes, is that it won't show you a whole lot of wrong stuff. Even if you're typing it in wrong, it won't actually display those characters. And I think that's useful, so you can just have these white on black or green on black words seared into your retina.
That we carefully chose the color scheme, taking after the end credits of The Matrix. So that would be the best way to go.
Okie dokie. I wake up late occasionally.
Every now and then. These are randomly generated sentences, of course, folks. That's the great thing about them. No repeats. Let's peek, because I'm not sure about this. Okay.
Me? That's myself. Despierto.
I feel like you had a theory about the etymology of despierto last time we came across that word. I can't remember what it was.
I don't think it was a brilliant one. I think I was trying to go in the sort of... I think I was going in the breathing kind of direction there. Sort of.
Okay. I'll just think I'm desperate to get up.
Yeah. The T-A-R-D-E, that's become a fairly common word in English, isn't it? Someone's a bit tardy.
Oh,
yeah?
For being late. If you're I think it's a bit old-fashioned, but yeah, if you're tardy, you're late because to retard something is to slow it down. So yeah, that's fairly easy to remember.
Yeah. Well, you say old-fashioned, but I kind of thought that it might be a kind of people might use it a bit more than they used to. On time. That's a tricky one. I can't see that.
Yeah, we're stuck, folks. Help us out. I mean, I think we'll be able to remember it, but in terms of meaning, I always like to get to grips with why a word means something. I know a lot of people probably don't share that when they're learning a language, but
can you think of any connection between vez and an English word?
Not really. I mean, it must be Latin. It must ultimately be from Latin, but I mean, vis-a-vis. What's that mean? Vis-a-vis. That Latin. That's Latin, isn't it? Right? Come on, folks. Someone help me out here. We don't know, do we?
We don't know. So anyway, let's see if we can just remember it then. Okay.
He's on a roll. We didn't listen, so we're not sure about the pronunciation. But
what was the next bit?
It was devez. E-N, and then C-U-A-N-D-O.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not too helpful, but that's obviously very similar to the French for when as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Quand. Yeah, you're right. Didn't pick up on that. Well done. Yeah, there'll be more similarities between Spanish and French than, for instance, Spanish and German, I think. More obvious ones, anyway.
Okay, so we're kind of a bit lost on this vez word.
Yeah. Someone help us out with that.
Should we? Oh, we didn't have it read out to us. I'll get it read out to us. It might give us a clue as to what where this word is coming from.
Okay.
Me despierto tarde de vez en cuando.
Vez.
Vez.
I still can't think of a meaning for that.
I think vis-a-vis might be, it's French, isn't it? Really, it's not Latin.
Yeah.
And I think it means, doesn't it mean like face-to-face, like vision? So it evokes vision. Regarding something means, seeing something, and vis sounds like vision. But the relation to time, I'm just not sure.
Oh, goodness me. It couldn't be like a clock face, could it? Face of a clock.
I don't know.
Face of a clock. Oh my goodness.
It could be. Someone watching this is thinking, these fools don't know the first thing. Yeah, well, you know.
You know what? I'm going to pause it now, and so we can look up the etymology. So I'm just going to press pause because I want to know. Okay, we were pretty much unable to find a good way of remembering this time.
We failed in our mission. I think for the first time, probably. So
we're going to go back to game.
Honestly, folks, it shares its root with some really pretty obscure English words. There's nothing helpful, so we'll move on.
The woman is short and lazy.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. All
right. Perezosa, I remember that word. I think that's mujer, isn't it?
Yeah. Mujer. I'm not an incredibly tall person, and I can be, I can take it easy now and then. So I sympathise with this woman.
Okay, I'll have it quickly read out. So, here we go.
La mujer es baja y perezosa.
Baja y perezosa. Okay. Type that one in. Now, you've got any pearls of wisdom about this?
Do you know what? I preempted you on this one because I didn't have a clue. So I decided to, while you were doing that, track down the etymology of perezosa, right? It derives ultimately from the Latin pigeo, which means reluctance or sloth. And I suspect that's quite an easy one to remember since it has pig in it. But yeah, it's I suppose pigeo isn't that similar linguistically to perezosa, but that's what it ultimately derives from. Again, another tricky to remember Spanish word.
Yeah. Alright, go on to the next one. The man has hair brown and eyes green. So this is a kind of literal translation that gives you a clue as to word order.
Yeah. Like many European languages, you'll find the adjective after the noun.
Pelo castaño. We've looked at castaño before, chestnut.
Yeah, I think we have.
Ojos.
It was was it ojos or ojos?
Ojos, I think ojos. Verdes. So there's a fairly common expression in English which is verdant, isn't it? Something verdant.
Right. It's a colour, in fact, really. Verdant and viridian.
Verdant. Verdigris, the way that copper goes. Copper goes green. Yeah. Green was verdigris, so that's a good one. And obviously anyone who knows French will be familiar with the VER beginning of the green word. Tiene, I quite like this word tiene, like obtain, I would say. If you obtain something, you have it.
Yeah. To hold or to have.
Pelo, we looked at before. My argument was it's not that dissimilar to pelt, if
I think you hit the nail on the head with that one.
A furry pelt.
Yep.
On your head.
I went down the Latin route and I was like, well, it must be derived from Latin pilus, which means like a spear or a pillar, or a long. I think no one's hair really is that long and rigid. I mean, you have to put quite a lot of product in to achieve that. So, yeah, I'll go with pelt.
Yeah, you're one of these kind of.
You want to start sentences like this, folks.
You're one of these kind of yogurt weaver types, aren't you?
You
go out with a pelt on your head.
Yeah. Wasn't that the kid who sailed down the river in America who had a raccoon pelt on his head? I don't think I've ever left the house with a pelt on my head.
I bet you have.
Except my own natural pelt, which is pretty luscious.
You're just saying that just in case one of some future employer says, "Oh, what have you been doing in the past?" And then, "Oh, I did this podcast, this YouTube thing," and in there you admit to wearing a pelt on your head.
Pretty much.
So that's the only reason you're denying it. Okay. El hombre.
You got to cover
I
these
hate the
things.
way that employers these days they go looking at you.
It's mad, isn't it? It is. It really is. I think a lot of people have probably voiced it even more loudly than we have, but it's strange, you know. Got to be careful, folks. Careful how you live your life, I suppose.
Castaño.
I'm not a very nosy person, so I wouldn't be able to do that if I was employing someone, to be honest. I just wouldn't be bothered.
Okay.
And as long as they have chestnut hair and green eyes, they're fine with me.
I was quite pleased with the way I got through that, because we're
You
pretty
didn't need
new.
my help at all.
We're pretty new to Spanish, aren't we? We've looked at it only on Lingua Memes, nothing else really.
No.
Probably 3 times, 4 times. Nothing, not much more than that.
Yeah, the closest thing I've come would be I've studied a little bit of Portuguese in order to do some translation into English of some Portuguese stuff. Portuguese is, is quite a similar language to Spanish in a lot of ways, but even that really didn't prepare me much. So yeah, we've picked up a lot, haven't we, just from doing this?
It's not bad.
I don't think I have a perceptible advantage over you. So yeah.
Okay, I think we'll finish up our YouTube video for today, and there's so many things that you can do with Lingua Memes. You can subscribe to the daily email. Go to linguamemes.com, choose your language, pop your email address in, click subscribe, and you'll be sent daily games of all sorts of varieties of games for that particular language that you do. So at the moment obviously Spanish, but there's other languages there. And what else can you do? You can click in the little game codes that we give out in our YouTube videos, so don't be afraid to check out other YouTube videos for Spanish that Lingua Memes has made, and then you'll get.
Don't be afraid to check out German, French. We're growing and growing. Just started Japanese.
Yep. So if you in any way appreciate this effort, give us a like or subscribe on the YouTube. Go to linguamemes.com, do all sorts of subscription things on there. We don't ask for any personal details because I don't need them. All we need is an email address. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, we don't ask much, do we? But we offer so much.
Alright, thanks a lot for watching.
Cheers, folks.